Hello everyone and welcome to my steps. In this video, we are going to learn how to simplify algebraic expressions. But in this case, the fractions are linked with addition or takeaways. Okay, so in the very first video that I made about simplifying algebraic expression, we had just one fraction. In the second one, two fractions that multiplied or divided. And here, I'm going to teach you how to add two algebraic expressions or how to take them away. Okay, so just like with fractions that involve numbers, when you see algebraic fractions, so when you have letters as well, yes, they look a bit scary because you think, oh, I have letters. Sometimes you can have different letters, but the rules are the same. So you are given two fractions to add them. And what is the rule of adding fractions? Find the largest common denominator, the lowest common, so in this case, the largest number, so the lowest common denominator, okay? And the lowest common denominator, in this case, we are lucky, is actually going to be the largest number, number 10, because 2 is a factor of 10, all right? And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to write, so the lowest common denominator is 10, so I'm going to write these just like that. It's two different fractions with the same denominator. Now, 2 to become 10, you multiply by 5. So multiply by 5, multiply by 5, all right? And that means you have a fractions that is equivalent to this fraction. So the answer is not going to change. The value of this one is going to remain the same. So 5 times 3a becomes 15a, 15a over 10 plus a over 10, right? And then now what you do, you put this under the same fraction. So we're going to have 10 at the bottom, and at the top, we're going to have 15a plus a. Right now, 15a plus a. I'm going to write it as it is, but actually we can do something with this one. 15a times a, it is, so it is, both of these are like terms. So the answer is going to be 16a over 10. Okay, 16a over 10, but we haven't finished here yet because I can still simplify this, 16 and a 10. Both of them are in 2 times table. So now I'm going to write 16 as a multiplication of 2 and 8, and of course times a, and I'm going to write the 10 as multiplication of 2 and a 5. Now, I said in the first and the second video, the smallest number can be a factor of 16, but here you will have a case where the smallest number is not a factor of 16. So we're going to find that common factor, which in this case is number 2. And then we can simplify, cancel out the 2's just like that. So the final answer is going to be 8a over 5. So 8a over 5, right? Let's have a look at question number 2. Now here we have a division, 7 and a 21. Now I get the clue that 7 actually is a factor of 21. So the lowest common denominator is going to be, of course, number 21. So I'm going to write the fractions with the same denominator just like that, which means I have to multiply by 3 to get to 21 and by 3 the top to get to multiply by 3 the top as well. So we get the equivalent fraction. Now, here's something that you have to be really careful because you don't have just one letter or one number of the top. We have 2. And that means you have to multiply by 3 both of them. So the top becomes 3x plus 3, okay? Just like that. And here, this one stays the same because the denominator didn't change, just like that. And now let's put them under the same denominator, 21. Write the top of the first fraction as it is, 3x plus 3. And now we have minus x, but be careful here, because you're going to say, well, why is the sign is changing? Because this minus is for minus x, but then minus 3. So the minus 3 becomes actually plus 3. That's the rule. Okay, so minus x plus 3. Okay, and then like terms again, so we have the 3x and the x. 3x minus x becomes 2x, and 3 plus 3 becomes 6 plus 6 over 21. Yes, 2x plus 6 over 21. Now, I can't continue to simplify any further. Now, I could factorize the 2 here, but then it's going to be 2x plus 3, and that means I'm not going to be able to cancel the 2 with any, because 2 is not a factor of 21. And I think this is the final answer. Let's check. I think we've done this correctly. So minus x plus 3, 3x minus 2x, and 3 plus 3 is 6. I think this is the final answer. Okay, just like that. But sometimes when it looks a little bit, when you can't factorize, you go ahead and look like I did. Look at the very first step of the question in case you've done a mistake. So you all make mistakes with a sign somewhere. So this is fine. Let's have a look at the next question. Okay, here we have three fractions. All of them have different denominators, 3b, 4b, and 6b. We are like here, b stays as a b, but 3 and a 4 and a 6. What is the lowest common multiples, or the lowest multiple of 3 and 4 and 6 is going to be number 12. All right, so 12b is going to be lowest common denominator for all of them. So 12b, and then a minus for the next 12b for this one here. Okay, now 3b to get to 12b, we have to multiply by 4. Remember, top and bottom multiplied by 4. Okay, so 4 times 2 is 8. There you go. 4 times 3b is 12b. We're fine. We're done with the first fraction. The second fraction, 4b to become 12b, we have to multiply by 3, top and bottom, which we have the bottom, 4b times 3, 12b. Now 3 times 3 is 9. Write this as a 9. 6b to become 12b, we multiply by 2, and the top by 2, so it becomes minus 10. All right? And then put all of them under the same fraction, 12b. Don't forget 12b. The top is 8 plus 9 minus 10. The answer, so 17 minus 10 is going to be 7 over 12b. Okay, we cannot simplify any further, so this would be the final answer. Let's have a look if you have done any mistakes. Not 3b to 12b times 4, so this is a 8, 4b times 3, 9, and times 2, this is a 10, 17. I think we've done this correctly, but it's always good to check, especially when you work with different fractions and algebraic fractions, especially when you work with more than one here letter. So it's always worth checking. Okay, this was the last question, and I hope you learned something from this video as well. I hope you have a lovely day, and thank you very much for watching my steps, and thank you for subscribing. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.